Hi friends, welcome to my channel. If you are new on here, my name is Blessing Williams. On my channel, I do lifestyle and travel videos. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for sticking with me, and I hope that you enjoy the video that I am about to share with you today. As you have seen in the description below, today I am going to be sharing how I have been able to travel to over 30 countries with my Nigerian passport. I am also under 30 years old, so it's quite an interesting journey that I have had, especially with a Nigerian passport. It wasn't always easy. I am looking forward to traveling to more countries. I am so glad that I get to share my experience with you all on how my journey got started. If you are passionate for traveling, you want to see lots of countries, which we all deserve, by the way. Traveling is such a blessed experience. Keep watching this video and I would share my secrets with you. First, I would like to introduce you to Skies and Seas Vacations. They are a travel curating company that plan the best vacations from concept to vision. Just imagine what it feels like to have all your travel worries taken away from you by experts. From visa to hotel to tours and every process that is required for your trip, Skies and Seas takes care of everything. Many times we want to travel and we feel overwhelmed by the experience, where to stay, what to do, going through the government's website, trying to see every document required for the visa. It can be really stressful, and this discourages a lot of people from traveling. But you have a solution now, and you heard it from me. There's no gatekeeping over here. If you want to travel stress-free, you want everything planned for you from start to finish, you just want to show up at your destination and enjoy your trip, contact Skies and Seas Travels. I would leave all their information in the description below. Come back and thank me later after your vacation. My journey to traveling to over 30 countries. In the beginning, I didn't always have a travel curating expert to help me like Skies and Seas, so it was a lot of struggle. Believe me, if you can afford a travel curator, please go for it. Skip the whole step of stress. The stress of traveling is not an experience I wish on anyone. So my journey started in 2014. I got my first Nigerian passport. So since 2014 till now, I have gotten 3 Nigerian passports so far, and they are all filled with stamps. These 2 are expired, and both of them are filled with lots of entry stamps and visas. This is the recent one. Travel curators are vacation, tourism, leisure, and business travel planners. Be it your anniversary, you want to travel to go see your favorite city, you have a business that is taking you to a particular country, travel curators, they take care of everything. Travel curators are not the same as travel agents. I couldn't afford a planner at that time, so I had to mostly spend so much time planning my trip. But now that I can afford a curator, I have a better experience with traveling, so I definitely recommend a curator 101%. So the first thing I did to be able to travel is, there's something in Nigeria that you may be familiar with. You want to travel, number 1 step is you need to build a travel history. Travel history is very important. So I don't think any embassy actually force us to have travel experience. If you are interested in traveling, know that you stand a better chance in getting your visas when you have travel experience. In my case, I couldn't afford to go anywhere internationally. I couldn't even afford a plane ticket. So what I did is I took a trip to Benin Republic, Togo and Ghana by road. At that time, I think the entire journey cost me less than 50k to these 3 countries. This was in 2014. I journeyed from Lagos, Nigeria to Benin Republic. I stayed for a few days. I got the entry stamp on my passport. Oh my god, at that time, I felt like seeing a different culture. I was in a new country. Even though Nigeria and Benin Republic are quite close, it was different. They speak French. They have a different currency. It was an experience that I needed at that particular time. I stayed a few days and I went to Togo. It was also amazing. I went to Ghana as well. I got a stamp for these 3 countries. They seem like they're not so important travel history, but for me, they were important because that was all I could afford. I used this trip as my travel history. The second time I had an opportunity to travel, it was to France for a modeling job, and I was rejected the visa. The third time I had an opportunity to travel was to Egypt, and I was rejected the visa. Both countries, they don't think that I would return back to Nigeria. I was clueless. For both countries, I actually used a travel agent. I feel like travel agents didn't work for me. Curators work for me. Travel agents are people that promise you that they can get you a visa. So they promised me that they can get me a visa without properly understanding the reason why I was going for the trip. So they lied in my documents. This is why I would prefer a travel curator than a travel agent. Travel curators, they plan every aspect of your trip to make sure that your entire experience is amazing. Travel agents, they just take care of only visas, so they can tell you anything just to make you believe that you are going to get your visa without properly checking your documents and following the right procedures. I'm not saying all travel agents are bad. I'm just saying that travel agents didn't work for me in the beginning because I had a reason why I wanted to go to both countries and they were valid reasons. But what my agents did is that they lied in the documents, and embassies are not stupid. They can tell when you are lying. This is a common mistake that many of us make in the beginning of our travel journeys. Be it an agent, be it yourself. Please never lie in your documents. Be as truthful as possible. Follow the procedures and you will get your visa if everything is right. Yes, I know that sometimes embassies can be unfair. The right people don't get visas even though their documents are honest, but you stand a better chance getting your visas when your documents are honest than when it's not honest. The opportunity I got to travel was to Malta. At that time, there was no Malta embassy in Nigeria. I don't know if they have one now, but the Italian embassy was the one taking care of Malta visas, and I also had a modeling opportunity. This time around, I did my visa myself, and it took me a lot of weeks. Like, it took me a lot of time online researching so many wrong informations. This is one of the stress of traveling that I am talking about. Traveling can be really stressful. That's why you should use a curator if you can afford one. So I did my visa myself. I used all the documents from the modeling competition that I was going for, and I got my visa. After I came back from Malta, I got another opportunity to travel to Egypt, and afterwards I moved to United Arab Emirates, Dubai City, and from there my travel journey started. And if there's one thing I have stayed authentic to is number 2, never lying, never providing false documents. I make sure that everything I give to any embassy is as real as it comes. After I moved to Dubai, since then I have never had any opportunity that I got a visa based on work. I have been getting my visas for vacation purpose and I've been following the right procedures. Number 3, before you travel to any country, you either hire a curator to make the right research for you, or you research yourself every information that is needed for that country, about flights, about visa, culture, what you should do and what you shouldn't do. Believe me, there's so many countries that you can have a visa for, or it could be visa free for you, because with our Nigerian passport we're visa free to lots of countries. Visa on arrival or e-visas, you need to check which one you qualify for when you want to travel to any country, and you need to get all your information, because getting a visa does not guarantee you entry into any country. This is what no embassy tells you. I have had an experience once where I arrived at a country and I was sent back to Nigeria the next morning. Like, imagine after flying for 7 hours from Lagos to Dubai. So this happened to me in Dubai, and at that time I lived there but I was not on permanent residency. I used the 3-month visa. I come to Dubai. After 3 months I leave to Nigeria. I come back again because I had a modeling agency in Dubai that I was working with, and I arrived UAE and they sent me back even though I left UAE 17 days before. What happened is that there was an incident in UAE. Even though I fully have the details of what caused that incident, UAE started a mandatory fingerprints for all Nigerians, and you had to go to Abuja to do the fingerprint. And normally I just use my e-visa gotten online and I traveled to Dubai. So I did the same thing then, because I just left 17 days ago and all my stuffs were actually in Dubai because I lived there. I just didn't have the residence card at that time. And I arrived and they told me, okay, you have a valid visa but you don't have your fingerprints, so you have to go back to Nigeria. I paid a lot of money flying with Emirates and they sent me back. This was in 2018 and I have been traveling since 2014. 4 years later and something like this happened to me. It broke my heart a lot, but I learned something that day. I learned that before traveling I need to make research. Even if you just left a country today, tomorrow the rules can change. This is why making a research is very important, or using experts who can make research for you before you travel. Number 4, travel at the right season. You go to a country and you find it very boring. It discourages you from traveling again to another country because you don't believe the hype of travel anymore, because you went to this country that everybody says it's fun and suddenly it wasn't fun for you. I get it. This is why before you travel you need to consider the weather, you need to consider the religion. Example, you don't go to any Muslim country during Ramadan. Many tourism and so many things that are fun in the country may not be opened. So you should know the right time to travel to every country. Number 5, plan ahead. Planning ahead makes traveling very easy. Last minute travels, they come with a lot of complications. So plan ahead, be it your flight, be it your visa. Make sure that you plan everything ahead of time. If you are using travel planner, make sure you contact them on time so they have a lot of time to do their job. If you are doing it yourself, give yourself time so you can be able to have a stress-free trip. This is the last secret that I will be sharing with you on this video, and this is very important if you want to cover so many countries with your Nigerian passport very fast. Let's be honest, as Nigerians, getting visas is very difficult for us. So this step is budget friendly and you get to cover a lot of countries at the same time. What you're going to do is travel to the countries that we are visa free with a Nigerian passport for. First, we start with countries that are closer to Nigeria. If you move to another country and you acquire a residence permit in that country, visit all of the countries that residents of the country you reside in are visa free to. Example, I live in France, and if you're a French resident, you are allowed to over 27 Schengen countries, and I have been able to visit so many of them. In fact, is what helped me achieve my goal of 30 countries before 30 faster. When I was living in United Arab Emirates, if you are a resident of UAE, you are visa free to so many countries as well, e.g. Georgia. If you live in another country, you want to check the country you live in, like UK residents, they don't need to go to an embassy to secure a Morocco visa. They can get it online. You want to see visas that are easy to get or places that are visa free for residents of the country that you live. These are some stress-free secrets that can get you to travel to so many countries. I hope that my secrets that I have shared with you today are helpful for your trip. If you can afford everything you need for traveling and the only thing that bothers you is the stress that comes with planning everything, do not worry. Skies and Seas Vacations got you covered. Contact them. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I hope to catch you on another video. See you. Bye. Alright.